This conference will now be recorded.
The first item on the agenda, call to order, done. Second, approval of the minutes of the November 18th, 2020 regular meeting. Has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes, and are there any corrections, deletions, or additions?
No.
Having heard that, is there a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
Make a motion to accept the minutes, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion to accept. We have a second.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's passed. Thank you. Okay, now we go into old business. First item is 2020-14 rehabilitation of the Old Spring Road over Bruce Brook Park. Stratford. I'll need a motion to take this off the table.
I'll make a motion to take it off the table.
Great motion off the table. Second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
so it's off the table, and we have this in front of us, so.
He's on a meet.
Ed, can you make sure you're muted if you're talking in the background, please?
Okay, could you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can hear everything you're saying. So if you could just keep it down, we're getting a lot of background noise. Thank you.
Okay, I was in the paint department at Home Depot, John's old area.
Go
Well,
hide
I'll
in
take
receiving, Ed.
Lost White, Ed.
Okay,
All right, so we have this in front of us. So, do we have any discussion about this?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I guess the main question that was brought up actually by staff was it appears that it's complete and that we have enough information before us. But the question was, should it go to public hearing? And I think the only reason it would go to public hearing would be simply for public information. I think there's not a whole lot we would get out additional from a public hearing, other than bring it to the attention of the neighbors. So I'm inclined to make a motion to approve it.
Okay. You have a second? Any thoughts on this?
I'll second it. I agree with Bill. I think we should go ahead with it.
I think so.
I think we're good for it. Go to a vote.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed that last comment.
I'm okay with it.
Do you have enough information on this in terms of the stipulation that you're comfortable with it?
Did you ask that to me, Bill?
To you, yes.
Oh, yes, I'm very comfortable with this application. I just think that we're gonna, once in-stream works begins, we're just gonna have to maintain open lines of communication and inspection, just to make sure all of our erosion and sediment controls are in place and functional.
If they, one of the things is if they develop or have subcontractors, and I'm thinking probably the landscapers are going to be subcontractors. I think one of the things we've got to look for is a stipulation and a guarantee on the longevity of the plantings.
We have a standard for landscaping that's usually it needs to survive 1 year, and then they have to replant. But if you would like to extend that, we certainly can.
So leave that to your,
What was that?
I said I think we could leave that to your discretion as to what time period. If it, if it looks like they're doing a fairly decent job, maybe the shorter time period is okay.
Okay.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, can we call this question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, I guess the motion passes.
Kim Fletcher here from Anchor.
I'm sorry?
I said, this is Kim Fletcher from Anchor Engineering. I just wanted to say thank you all.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Kim.
You're welcome.
We have item B, 2020-17B, clear cutting and placement of fill material upland review area of wetlands. Without a permit, 1025 James Farm Road. Violator Carlos Campoverde and James Nunes. Kelly, you want to give us a little background on this?
Mr. Chairman?
Oh, go ahead.
Kelly, you recommended that this be tabled until we get additional information on the quality of the fill material. Is that correct?
I mean, I definitely think we need more information on the fill quality, and I was waiting to hear back on the expected additional quantity of fill that would be brought in. But more importantly, the fill quality. I did drive by the location where Mr. Campoverde said the material was coming from, and I looked at an aerial very quickly, and it did look to be previously undeveloped land that was undergoing development in an industrial park. I didn't inspect the soils by any means. I didn't stop, but just driving by, I didn't see anything obviously glaring. So I'm not too concerned, but I still would like some more information on the environmental quality of the fill.
I think that would be appropriate. And with that regard, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make a motion to table this item.
I'm going to second that
Table.
motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
I don't know who made the second. Pete?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay. We have a motion. We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 We're going to put this back on the table, waiting further information from Kelly, okay? Moving on to new business. We have a 4-lot residential subdivision on Peters Lane. That address 0 Peters Lane. Applicant JRB Holdings, C Company LLC. Sir James Barrett. Is the applicant or his representative here?
That's been withdrawn. Is that correct, Kelly?
Yeah, this application, after I sent out my memo and published the agenda, the applicant's engineer withdrew the application to postpone it till January. There are a few little bits of information that they needed, but I thought that I could go before the commission, but they had a conflict with this meeting, so they were willing to push it to January. So we're just going to table this for now again.
Okay, so why don't we have a motion to just table?
Agenda or just table it for next month. What do you think we should do, Kelly?
Table it.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm comfortable with either way, but this is the second time now that they've asked to go on the next agenda. The last time they caught me right before I published the agenda and I was able to edit it, but this time they caught me a little bit late. So I'm comfortable either way.
Remove it from the agenda until we hear from them. Then you can put it on. You can put it on for new business in January. But we don't have to carry it as a committee.
I think
No.
that's fair. I think that's fair because if we table it, it will become old business, and it is still new, so I would like to keep it new.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that application 2020-15 be removed from the agenda.
We have a
I'll
motion to
second the
remove it.
motion.
Give a second. There's a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
John Wade seconds it. Any discussion? Shouldn't be any. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. so
Aye.
remove that.
Aye.
Okay, now, the other new business is 2020-16. Construction of a residential dwelling, 1635 Cuspring Road. Applicant Casa Nueva Development LLC. Is the applicant or their representative here?
We are present.
Yes, Natal Jaimo and the applicant and Fred D'Amico, engineer, are present. We're showing up
I
as
have-
CND on the computer.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I have another question of staff. Kelly, in your recommendations to us, you said this application, I don't know if I'm going to quote it directly, needed more information from you for evaluation and for the commission to evaluate. I don't know if I'm reading that correctly, but you suggested they did not answer all of your questions.
Yes, at the time of my memo, I was waiting on some additional information. Between my memo going out and you receiving it, they did supply the requested information, and that made it onto our website, but that didn't make it into your commission member packets, unfortunately. But most of this, there was just some general information on trees to be cleared and site clearing limits, along with just confirming sewer connection, domestic water connection, and then the specifications on the underwater stormwater galley that they were proposing. And they did provide all of that, and I was satisfied with it, but I don't know if the commission has had a chance to review them since that information came in a little late.
Well, we're just going to accept it as an application at this meeting, right? So it'll be on January 1st.
Right, all we can do right now is accept.
They didn't accept it the last meeting. We're not the last meeting.
What exactly does that mean?
All right, if you're comfortable, I'll make a motion to accept the.
I think they could only accept it.
I'll second the motion to accept the application.
All right, so I believe, let's cut off here. Bill McCann made a motion to accept this application and Dennis Blake seconded. Is that correct?
Right.
Correct.
We have a motion, we have a second. Is there any discussion on it?
We're trying to understand what does that exactly mean by accepting the motion.
So-
We have to wait another month.
What's your pleasure on it? All in favor?
Aye.
No.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman?
Opposed? Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, there was the applicant had a question.
Yes, we want to know, what does that mean? We're just accepting. We can't get approval at this meeting?
Absolutely, no. Our
January
procedure is the following. You make an application before us, we accept it. And then we may take it up in a following meeting. You
Okay,
first have
it's
to
just,
accept your application before we can do anything with it.
right, it's just that, in talking to Kelly, since there are no wetlands on the property itself, I thought that, we might be able to, get this done at this meeting.
Oh,
Unfortunately, our procedure is that we accept the application and then at the following meeting, we discuss it and may act on it. There are statutory limits on how long we can sit on it without rendering a decision, but we accept it and then typically at the next meeting it's discussed and acted upon unless there are some questions or some open items that need further discussion and explanation, I believe. Fair to say, Kelly?
Yep, that's right.
So that's where you stand.
Is there anything else that you need at this time, Kelly?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
But because those items came in a little late, the commission may have some questions at our next meeting upon the review. So I'll be asking for some additional copies from you on those items you submitted via email, and then we'll get those to the commission for their review for our next meeting.
All right, if you could, maybe give me a call tomorrow, let me know exactly what you need, and I'll take care of it as soon as possible.
Sounds good, will do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so now, I forget where we were.
You have to
After we
vote
vote
on
to
it.
accept this thing? I don't remember.
We were,
Losing my mind here.
yeah, we had a first and a second on,
I don't think we had a vote though, right?
accepting.
Right,
We
you
had
have
a
to vote on
question.
it
So,
now.
all in favor of accepting the application?
Aye, yes.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Okay, so that takes care of that. Staff report, Kelly, what do you got for us?
I don't have much. Just a recommendation. Tom, you weren't at our last meeting, but I recommended at the November meeting that we review our bylaws. And Bill McCann mentioned that we should form, or you folks should form a bylaw and regulation subcommittee to review, amend, and review as needed. So if you guys are interested in that, I would recommend it. I submitted the bylaws to everyone with the November agenda and memo. So you all should have a copy of that. And if you reviewed it, you can see many things, I guess, are out of date. We really should update that and get that reviewed and updated. So if you guys are interested, I would recommend forming that subcommittee.
Oh,
yeah. Mr. May I add?
I think that's a good idea. And to that end, I think I'd like to ask the following people to be on a subcommittee to take a look at these bylaws. And I think it'd be good to have someone who's been around for a while. That would be McKeon. He's pretty old. Someone who hasn't been around for a while.
Say that nicely.
And that could be Angela, who's our new member, and take a fresh look at it. And I don't know, maybe Dennis Blake. So maybe the three of you, if you're willing, go form a subcommittee, take a look at these bylaws and come back to us in a month or two with recommendations on whether we let them stand as they're written or perhaps change and update. Is that agreeable to the three of you?
I guess so.
Fine.
Tommy, I don't know about me, but you could ask maybe my son
Well,
because,
we need to have people with different perspectives looking at this stuff,
I know that.
get different points of view.
Hmm.
So I'd
Well,
appreciate it if you would do that.
all right.
Hey,
And
Mr.
take a look at that.
Hey, Mr.
Mr.
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
Tom, on the screen, just as a side note here, on the screen, I don't know whose name is under your picture, but it doesn't say Tom.
No, it says Lori G. I don't know.
Oh, okay, I'm just asking, are you aware of that?
I'm aware
It
of
happens
it.
to be my wife.
Okay.
I've been trying to get rid of her for 49 years. And,
Oh, my God.
hey, is it snowing there? It's pretty
Mr.
toasty
Chairman,
here. I mean, I could sit outside. It's 80 or something, you know.
Can I ask Kelly to coordinate this because it's going to be difficult for the three of us to try to put it together.
Yes, if you want, I can set up a doodle poll and see when you guys are available, and I can make a go-to meeting for you, and you guys can do virtual meetings and whatever you guys need.
That would be good.
That works.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, while we're on that, Ron Hoydick resigned. We don't have a vice chairman. I do believe that we should have an election of a chairman and a vice chairman, and maybe we can do that next month, if that's okay.
That is normally done next month, Tom, in
What's that?
January. That's normally done in January when you have your first meeting.
Right. So
Mhm.
I want you all to think about which one of you want to be the chairman and which one you want to be the vice chairman. Got it?
Got it.
All right, Kelly, what else you got?
So I haven't issued any violations or permits, but there are two potential violations I'm still working on looking into. One was brought to my attention by Ed over by Stratford High School. There's a piece of machinery in the upland review area of Tanner Brook over there. I'm orienting myself, Tanner Brook. And I've already spoken with the homeowner, but they claimed that they were just cutting down one tree and moving wood around. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, but I do need to follow up with another inspection or two just to make sure that they are telling the truth. But Ed said there's always equipment back there, so I do have to follow up on that to see if we do have an actual violation. Because if they're cutting one tree down and moving wood into a stockpile, that's kind of like a residential landscaping situation. But it seems like this might be something more, so I'm going to follow up on that. But I haven't issued anything yet. I'm also investigating another potential violation at Union Cemetery brought to me by Bill McCann. I have performed a site inspection. I haven't reached out to discuss with the property management staff yet over there, but it does appear that they have been filling in the upland review area for a very long time. So I just want to speak with them before I move forward on that, and I haven't gotten a moment to do that. So two violations that may be forthcoming, and that's it.
Okay. And do you have any administrative reports or is that it?
That's all I got. Nothing else.
Okay. Commissioners, anything you'd like to talk about?
I can make a motion to close the meeting.
Was that a motion to adjourn, Dennis?
If there's nothing else to talk about, yeah.
We have a second?
I will second the motion and wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone.
See you all
All
next
right. Well, then, we're going to adjourn the meeting,
And stay very
Fortunately,
safe in the
I'm
new
going to
year.
leave sunny Florida next Monday and return to Connecticut. Why? I don't know. But make sure all the snow is shoveled before I get back.
All right.
All
We'll
right,
see you
good
guys
night.
next year.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.